on, chat. Yeah. Welcome back to the Hood2Hooded Podcast. Yeah. We about to have a blast for a little while. Alright, let's stop playing around. Alrighty. They tried to change the spirit, tried to rewrite the story, but the soul remains. You can see from the title today, we're talking about rising higher requires boundaries. Yeah. To make the broken obey. Try to dim the fire inside us. Try to make us afraid, but you can't erase my purpose. You can't erase my name. You can't erase the struggle that taught me. All right, guys, make sure you are tapping those hearts. About us. Now we planting deeper seeds, connected to the stars above us, connected to the earth below, and shining like galaxies, that golden spiritual glow. Yeah. We came from strength and wisdom. Yeah. No more shrinking. No more silence. No more silence. No more chains around the mind. We survived. Now it's our turn. Rise higher. Turn the struggle into fire. Every setback made us strong. That's why we still move on. Yeah, we gonna rise higher. Even when the nights get darker, living out the dreams they prayed, and we ain't fading away. Hey, say it with me now. Yeah, yeah. Higher and higher. Hey. All right, that's Rise Higher. That's one of my artists. You can get that song if you want to hear it again on the replay on YouTube, Dr. Sean TV. But today we're talking about rising higher requires boundaries. So some people don't understand boundaries, right? So in this episode of Hood2Hooded Podcast, we are talking about protecting your peace, setting stronger boundaries, and rising higher after pressure, and choosing peace over chaos. Sometimes life doesn't break you, it clarifies you. What does this mean? Pressure can reveal your strength, sharpen your vision, and teach you who no longer deserves access to your spirit. This one is for the exhausted dreamers, the overgivers, the helpers, the builders, the people who are learning that peace is not an option anymore. You have to protect your energy, protect your name, protect your future, and know that pressure makes diamonds. So make sure you are tapping those hearts. This is just positive vibes on the chat today. Drop your questions in the chat. Drop your questions in the chat. And we're going to dig into it. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. And I got to tell y'all something real today. So everybody wants the diamond, right? But nobody respects the pressure. And guess what else, y'all? Everybody wants the glow, but they don't see the grinding, the crying, the betrayal, the praying, the rebuilding, the choosing yourself after people tried to drag your spirit through the mud. And we're talking about something grown people have to learn. How to protect your energy. How to protect your name. Ultimately, how to protect your peace. How to protect your boundaries. Because where we're going, chaos cannot come along. You want to get in the suitcase chaos? I think not. No, thank you. No, ma'am. So that's what we're talking about today. Protecting your peace, setting boundaries, and making the ancestors proud. And leaving a legacy for future generations. Right? That's what we're talking about today. So when you want to come around bringing chaos, it's like this right here. I'm going to be like, not around here, partner. I'm going to be like, not around here, bringing the chaos. So that's what we talking about, protecting your peace. What is wrong with mine? I guess I have to fix that later. What about stream sticker? Browser source offline. Alright. Technical difficulties, but we're just gonna keep it moving. So protecting your peace, protecting your boundaries is so very, very important. Some people are not your enemies because they hate you. Some people are dangerous because they are careless with your spirit. I need y'all to hear that again. Some people, let's repeat that. Some people are not enemies because they hate you, right? These people are dangerous because they are very careless with your spirit. After decades and decades, they still don't understand your spirit. They still don't understand your character. And they will just toss it to the side in a second, right? They don't know how much and how long it took you to get to where you are. They don't know what you had to survive to become who you are. They don't know the nights you almost quit. They don't know the bills. They don't know the pressure. They don't know any loneliness you might have went through, the self-doubt you might have faced. They don't see the family drama, the business stress, the emotional weight, the silent battles. What's up, Tea Time Beauty? Thank you for getting that daily heart me. Ah. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Yes, happy Friday, y'all. I hope you're having a good day, Tea Time Beauty. Thank you for tapping those hearts. We talking about setting boundaries today. My browser source is offline. No! Why is my browser source offline? That is so irking. Because y'all know I love my sound effects, but they're not working. So we're going to continue on. Anywho, like I said, some people don't hate you. I came at the perfect time. Yes, ma'am. I finished part 1 and 2 of the history read along. Amazing. We're going to do part 3 probably tonight or in the morning. I've had such a busy week this week, and it's just been too much. So that's why I'm talking about, setting boundaries. Because sometimes if you don't set boundaries, people will distract you. The YouTube video on part 2 was glitching. I was holding on, LOL. That's crazy. I'm going to have to go through and, edit it so it's easier to understand. Happy Friday! Yeah, my internet has been glitching all week. But I still try to go live, but it's been glitching out. So I always see it saying what does it say? It'll say disconnected or retrying or something. So I know that it's not working. But TikTok normally stays connected, which is why I stream both places at the same time. What's up on Facebook? I see y'all tapping in. Drop those comments. Let me know how you feeling. Are you protecting your energy during these times? I am finally off work this month. My boundary is receive more than I give. Exactly. I have been feeling like I need more support. Yes, we have to receive more than we give. Sometimes you can give, but we have to set boundaries. You gotta let them know you got boundaries and you trying to glow, right? So like I said, these people who might come to interrupt your boundaries, they may not know what you've been through, the silent battles that we face. So when you finally get to a place where you say, no, I am not available for that anymore, they may think that that's being arrogant, because you protected your spirit, because you are careless with my spirit, I'm going to protect my spirit. I'm not available for chaos anymore. When you have this mindset, that's evolution. That is healing with a backbone. That is having peace and feeling secure in your peace. Right? That's when you obtain wisdom. And you say, I can love you from a distance. I can pray for you from a distance. I can wish you well from a distance. But you are no longer getting access to my nervous system anymore because you are careless with my spirit. And when you rising higher and higher, this requires you to release those things that continue to attempt to drag you down, because it's not dragging you down. You're going to rise anyways. You're going to be rising higher anyways, because that's just who you are. But don't have any ill feelings. Love people from a distance. Set boundaries. Wish them well from a distance. Number one, the first thing we're going to talk about is protecting your energy is not being mean. Some people might be like, protecting your energy is not being cold. It means you finally understand the cost of being too available to some people. The ones that a lot of people can depend on. The ones who, if I call her, she gonna figure it out. Those ones. These are the ones who will show up, who will give, who come to the rescue. The ones who try to explain and understand and prove your heart to people. But there comes a point when helping people who do not respect you becomes self-abandonment. Because respect has to be number one. And when that gets twisted, it becomes a problem. There comes a point where being available to everybody means you might be unavailable to your own future. It says, and self-sabotage. Facts. It is self-sabotage. Because, you got me all the way messed up. Like, you feel me? I'm born to be a helper. That's how I feel. I think I'm born to be a helper too, but if you're going to disrespect me, it's like, I got to get out of my own way. Facts. Now, this is the part where we have to tell the truth. Because peace is not free. Peace has a price. Sometimes the price is access. Sometimes the price is silence. Deleting things, not responding to people when you really want to. Sometimes the price of peace, it costs you a little bit. It might cost you a little bit of ego. It might cost you, it might be the price of walking away before your nervous system starts to get negative energy. Sometimes the price of peace is saying, I do not owe everyone an explanation. I do not owe everyone my emotional labor. And I do not owe everyone access to my healing season. Because when you are in your healing season, and you try to tell people, hey, I'm in my healing season. If you come in with chaos, please leave it over there. Like, don't try to include me in your chaos. And they're just like, no, you're going to do... No. Now you don't get access to my healing season. Because that has to be protected at all costs. It has to be protected at all costs. Some take advantage of that. Facts, Verna. People will take advantage of your kindness. Way over there, please. Right. Could you take that chaos over there, please? Like, could you take it over there, like, across seas somewhere? Because I don't got time for it. And people will try to put you in there drama. Like, it's like, no. I'm on a new level. You can't trick me into that spot. No. So protecting your peace is priceless. But it is going to cost you. My grandpa told me letting someone in before you are ready can make you backside is true. Yeah. You got to protect your peace. That's not bitterness. That's called boundaries. And a lot of people feel uncomfortable setting boundaries, but boundaries is a peaceful place to be. It might bring some pressure, but pressure creates diamonds. It's only two things that pressure can do in your life. It's either going to crush you or it's going to clarify some things for you. And there is balance between boundaries and pushing folks away. Exactly. Like we said earlier, you can wish them well, you can love them, you can be, hey, I wish you the best, but your chaos, it got to go over there somewhere. Like, I don't think people understand, like, when you get to a peaceful place in life, and you can identify and discern chaos immediately, you just gotta cut it off. No thanks. Because the pressure that you're bringing with chaos can crush my dreams. It can crush my future if I'm not careful, and if I allow someone who is careless with my spirit to try to taint it. Pressure reveals what we are made of. It also reveals the things that we must stop carrying. Diamonds do not become diamonds because life is easy. Diamonds become diamonds from heat, from pressure,
from time, patience, darkness. It's not formed in the sunlight under soft energy. And it's kind of ironic that if you want a soft life, you need to set boundaries because you are a diamond. So you undergo the pressure, you undergo the silence, the darkness, but you are a diamond. You feel me? So you're supposed to have pressure during the process of becoming a diamond. Pressure is not chaos, though. There's a difference. What does this mean, guys? This means that some of the most beautiful things that we have on the earth were developed in situations that, we never would have chosen. Would I have chosen to take the doctoral route if I had known it comes with so much pressure? And by the way, I'm 10 years a doctor yesterday. Hey! 10 years a doctor, I graduated from Meharry Medical College. So would I have went through that process if I had seen all of the pressure and the heat that it requires to make a diamond? I'm going to say yeah, because I'm just like, this is my dream, and, I'm just going to be like, yes, I don't care. And that's the mindset you kind of got to have. But I would have maybe prepared a little bit better. Say yes. Yes. So some of the wisdom that we get comes from people being unloyal, betrayal. Some of the discipline that we get come from being broke. Some of the courage that we get come from being underestimated. Some of the clarity comes from being exhausted, facing the pressure. Some of our boundaries come from being used one too many times. And you are not that same person anymore. You are not the old version that begged people to understand how to be careful with your spirit. You're not that old version who have to over-explain yourself to try to get someone to understand. It's like, hey, I wish you well, but take your chaos where, chat? Over there somewhere. The theme of the day is take it over there somewhere. I don't know where. I don't even want to know where you take it. As a matter of fact, this is your little secret where you take your chaos. Just take it over there somewhere. You are not that old version of yourself that let people disturb your peace, and then have to apologize for your feelings. No. We trying to maintain peace because the key to success, which we have discussed over and over during these past couple weeks in the live, is number one, protecting your peace. That's everything. Because if you got peace, even if you don't have $1, you more than likely happy. If you have peace. You can have $1 million, and if you don't have peace, then you see what I'm saying? So that's why peace has to be number one, so you can appreciate everything else that comes in your life. You have to. So pressure is what makes us sharper, wiser, more selective with our energy. It makes us shine. And when we have that pressure and we transform into a diamond, you can say, hey, I did not break, but I became a diamond. Or you can say, I am becoming a diamond if you under pressure, So basically, rising higher means we have to let go. Everybody want to rise higher, but nobody want to talk about what you have to release to actually go up. There are some things you must release from your spirit, from your energy in order to rise higher. Some things that weigh you down, some people that weigh you down, situations that weigh you down. Things from the past might weigh you down. Your vision and your future, in order to rise higher, it has to let go. You cannot rise higher holding on to every argument. You cannot rise higher, while carrying every accusation. You cannot rise higher while entertaining every person committed to misunderstanding you. I think it was an interview. I forgot who the interview was with, but they were talking about like the art of not giving a fuck about, chaos and drama and things that don't align with your spirit. You cannot rise higher while dragging old guilt, old drama, old habits, old fear, old versions of yourself. At some point, you must decide, am I building a future or babysitting chaos? Because a lot of us are babysitting chaos. You allow it to enter your life, then you babysit it, then you're like, dang, I don't know what I'm going to do about this chaos, this drama from some other person that have nothing to do with your goals. Listen, you don't know how to set boundaries, number one. I talk about the story a lot when it was time for me to study for my boards, like a week before, maybe it was a couple days before my board exam, to try to become a doctor and get into dental school. So I had the mindset where you are not about to fuck up my energy. And during that time, I'm telling y'all, it was a test. I had every piece of family drama coming left and right. And when you're from the hood, you know the type of hood drama. Hood drama is like so, it's like gutter drama. So you already know you're getting phone calls drama. I'm having hood drama. We're not going to say what the hood drama is, but just understand. And I had my test to prepare for. Listen, phone is turned off. I'm going at least 30 minutes away to, Barnes and Nobles or a place where it's quiet to study. And I'm not answering the calls because, this chaos is not about to make me flunk my test. I don't care what's going on. I have a goal right now. And it was drama. Maybe I should have been worried about it, but as long as nobody ain't hurting, sick, or dead, then leave me the hell alone and let me focus on my vision. That's what I mean by boundaries. You cannot rise higher if you holding on to those old versions of yourself or people who are chaotic. The next level will require a cleaner environment for us to focus. Not just like a clean room, I mean like a clean spirit. It requires a clean inbox, a clean circle, a clean nervous system, a clean relationship with your goals. You cannot build a legacy by constantly recovering from people who benefit from your instability. They benefit from being careless with your spirit. This is when boundaries matter the most. Boundaries are not walls that you put up to block love. That's not what it is. Boundaries are doors that have locks. Setting boundaries is like putting a lock on the door. It's like, I choose to let you in or not. You have to knock on this door. Not knock to see, let me evaluate your energy before I let you in to my space. The right people who want to come into your space, they going to know how to knock on the door. They going to see that it's locked. They going to respect you, knock on the door, greet you. You know what I mean? They going to respect your energy. The wrong people will try to kick your door down. And that should tell you something. They trying to kick your door down, bring the drama, the chaos. Hey, this is a person who definitely needs boundaries. Boundaries are instructions. It's not just what you say. It is what you enforce in your life. It's saying, hey, I'm not just saying this to you. This is something that I'm enforcing. Because a lot of people have boundaries in their head, but when it comes time to enforce the boundary, people play with you because you don't stick to your boundaries. They will test you, poke you, guilt trip you, try to make you feel wrong for protecting yourself. But let me tell you guys this clearly. A boundary without enforcement is a wish. It's just like, a dream without action is just a wish. It's something that you're wishing for, but it's not going to actually happen because you're not taking action. That's like a boundary. You can wish you had a boundary all day with certain situations and certain people, but if you don't actually enforce the boundary, this is just like, you suggesting that they treat you nice. You suggesting that they respect you. It's like a test, If I say, don't call me with the drama, but every time the drama call, I answer, that's not a real boundary. If I say, don't disrespect me, and they keep staying in the disrespectful mindset, then you don't really have a boundary. You could say, I'm so focused on my goals right now. I'm so focused on my dreams right now. But if you keep giving your best time and your best hours to distractions, guess what? You don't really have a boundary. So these are instructions. And in this season, we have to love enforcing and making people respect our boundaries. Not chaos, not revenge, not explaining yourself for 3 hours, just enforcing your boundaries. Period. You can say, I'm not discussing that. I'm not available for this conversation. That does not work for me. Lately, hey, I need this in writing. I'm protecting my peace. Maybe I need an NDA to talk to you. Maybe I got to record you because listen, I'm wishing you well, but I got to step back. You can be nice about it. Just, hey, listen, I'm not discussing that. Fuck out of here. Seriously, out of here. This is when you take your power back. And setting boundaries is quiet power, is clean power. This is grown power. This is grown people energy. When you enforce your boundary. If you don't enforce your boundary, this is more like teenager shit. But if you enforce your boundaries, this is grown-up stuff. Now, we're going to talk about the peace protection plan. How to protect our peace. And let's make this practical. Love loves me. Thank you guys for tapping in hearts. Happy Camper. Tea Time Beauty. I see y'all tapping in. We're trying to reach a goal of 1K on TikTok. You already know. I don't know how many hearts is tapped because it be distracting me. How many people, how many hearts. So we'll see how many hearts is tapped at the end. But anywho, protecting your peace sounds very cute until the phone rings. A text come, a lie spreads, the drama knocks, the old habits start calling your name. Listen, it is a test. When somebody tests your peace, it ain't a cute situation. And you feel like the first response is to react. But when you're emotionally intelligent, you're going to take a step back to evaluate the situation and pause before you respond. Not everything deserves our immediate attention. Some things that come in your life are bait. Some of these things are traps. And people who know how to push your buttons, they know what to say and how to say it to get you to react. They know you. And one thing that I can say helps me control my energy is to remember, he who angers you controls you. So if they give you that bait and you take it, they send that text, they knock on the door, they tell a little lie. Some of these are invitations to pull you back into the old version of yourself. But before you respond to this negative energy, say, will this protect my peace or perform my pain? Will this bring back trauma? Will this distract me from what I was focused on? Or is this a part of my peace protection plan? 9 times out of 10, if someone, calls with drama, texts, come to your house, this is not something that's going to be included in your peace protection plan. So before you respond, just pause. The next thing you want to do is put these things in writing. Put important things in writing. When your emotions are high, documentation is wisdom. This is not paranoia. This is protection. When it comes to your business, agreements, expectations, timelines, responsibilities, put it in writing because people's memory get very creative when accountability show up. And that's something I'm realizing, hey, everybody can't have access to me and I have to kind of protect my energy. Because I don't got time for your creativity when it's time to really tell the truth. So keep the receipts. Keep the receipts when you're dealing with boundary breakers. We'll call them. When you're dealing with BBs, boundary breakers. Stop explaining to committed misunderstanders or misunderstandings. Some people they're not confused. They just committed to not liking you, committed to misunderstanding you. They already decided that the role they want you to play in their story, that's just your role. You do not have to audition for the innocence in a courtroom, but, that they built in their mind. They already just proved you guilty. Your fruit will speak, though. Everything about you will speak. Your consistency will speak. Your silence, boy, y'all don't understand the value of silence. If you don't have silence in your toolkit, when you don't have silence, and you always the one to just respond and clap back, they call it. Oh, I'm going to clap back. I'm going to go 0 to 100 real quick. I already know how it go, like, the rah-rah. When you don't do all of that, when you keep that hood where it's at, because you know you done went to a hooded mindset, a mindset where you're like, you know what? No, this is bait. It's like when you go fishing and you put the worm on the fishing pole or the reel, and you throw it out and you got the fish. Some of them they don't have a brain, so they gonna eat. They think this just food. That's how you are when somebody start drama or chaos or something into your life that's negative and you bite. It's like, now you hooked on the line. Now you hooked like a fish, man. You're hooked. So make sure silence is a part of the armamentarium. Silence, pausing, being slow to respond. Don't be quick to respond. Some people feel like, oh, you tried me. That's why there's so much violence in the hood. In my hometown, like Tally, is so much violence I see going on because people don't think before they react. They like get into a situation. Maybe it's a fight brewing. And nobody takes a moment to pause before lives are taken. Things like that. Someone is injured. Nobody thinks anymore. Everybody want to just be on the rah-rah. Right? We got to stop being on the rah-rah. If you bring the rah-rah out of me, I got to set a boundary because you will not distract me from my goals. And I've been in situations where the rah-rah probably should have came out of me, but then I thought about my future. I say, no, this person does not have a future. I have a future. I cannot respond the way you respond. I have to actually swallow my ego, use the silence, and sometimes walk away from toxicity, whether it's a stranger or somebody you know, because guess what? My future self is dependent on me. And if I let my future self down by falling for your bait and getting hooked like a fish, then I'm going to be here arguing with you forever. And I have something to prove to myself, not you. So before I allow you to interrupt my peace protection plan, let me use my tools. And I do have tools that I can use. Right? We talked about those tools, not answering, not responding. Peace, blocking, all that stuff. Those are tools. You don't have to respond. No, somebody block. That's it. So if you are interrupted by chaos, then you need a plan, a recovery ritual. After your body is stressed out, your body needs to reset. Take a walk, pray, breathe, drink some water, stretch, do some yoga, write in your journal. What's up, Golden Goddess? Thank you for reposting and liking the live. I see y'all tapping those hearts. Stretch. Sit in silence. Take a hot shower. Hi. Clean up. Play a song. Play your favorite music. Music is so therapeutic. And then just tell yourself, I am safe. I am focused. I refuse to allow chaos to tell me who I am. And I am who I am becoming because I'm consistent. Right? The last thing you want to do after you get interrupted and someone test your boundaries, because remember, in life you're going to get tested. Your boundaries will always be tested, whether this is on your job. A lot of people have their boundaries tested at work. Some people have their boundaries tested at home. Some people have their boundaries tested when they out in public. Some people have their boundaries tested because, on the phone, digital. You will have a place in a situation where you will be put into a place where your boundary will be tested. So remember your tools, guys. And after you recover from somebody testing your boundaries, you might get a little heated. We can't even lie and act like we're not human. But then once you let the steam off, don't stay there too long. It might take you about 5 or 10 minutes. It should take you. You know what? This person just really tested me. But I got to remember who I am, stay focused, and return to the mission. Because the drama wants your attention. But your purpose requires your attention more than the drama. Every time you choose your mission and your vision over some mess, guess what, guys? This is a vote towards your future. This is a vote towards your future. So don't allow people to enter your life, bring drama into your life. Set those boundaries and remember where you're headed. Remember where you're going. My purpose requires my attention more than the drama. Facts. Facts. Your purpose needs your attention. The drama wants your attention. And if you allow the drama to interrupt your flow, guess what? This is going to slow you down. And the whole purpose of this live is to remind us that we are rising higher. Right? We voting for our future self, not for the drama. So everybody want to be a diamond. Everybody wants a diamond, but people do not respect the pressure. You got to respect the pressure. So guys, listen, I'm about protecting my peace, not my attitude. This is actually like a survival skill so that you can protect your vision and your future. Because all it takes is one wrong move, one wrong bait to catch you and hook you. Think about a fish. The fish is just out here growing, learning. You a big fish. You seen hooks before, You avoided a lot of drama. But one day you just get caught up and you take the bait. And now you hook. You don't have no oxygen no more. They done filleted you on the boat. They about to fry you and cook you and eat you on a piece of bread with some hot sauce and mustard. And you're like, dang, I done went this whole time. So remember, you have tools in your toolkit to protect your boundaries. And never let anybody fuck that up. So we're going to do some reflection questions and then we're going to be out of here. I've released myself from a hook or two, right? We all have. I can promise you that. We all have gotten, hooked like a fish. But the difference is some of us, we fight back, we flop back in the water. You almost ate me there. You almost made me give up my vision. You almost drained my energy so bad that I just don't even have the energy to try. You just almost just pissed me off so bad that I could have been in a situation where it was like, but then you remembered your goals. I'm going to be the fish that flop back in the water. Facts. That's me. So some of us, when we get hooked, we flop back in the water. We get a second chance. We not out here struggling for oxygen. But if you ever get hooked by the wrong bait, and this is where things can, honestly, when somebody get hooked by the wrong bait, say it's an argument, a fight, and they just ready to take it 0 to 100, some of these people actually don't make it home. It's like families hurt. So it's serious, but it's also like we can laugh and joke about it because we're talking about the toolkit, but really protecting your energy, setting boundaries, not allowing everybody to have access to you, that also means being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like being in a place where it's a high chance that it's something gonna pop off. You gotta have discernment about those things. I feel like our intuition warns us facts, and ignoring intuition leads to lack of boundaries. Oh, you better say that. You better say that, tea time. Ignoring your intuition leads to the lack of boundaries. That's absolutely a fact. I love that. So just think about what is one thing that is currently draining your energy. Clock it. Clock that tea. Think about one thing that is draining you and taking your energy. Is this a person, a pattern, a place, some type of pressure you have in your life? What is it? What is it? And also, what boundary have you been avoiding setting because you don't want to disappoint people? See, some people don't want to disappoint people because they want to be the nice guy until they get hooked like a fish. See, I learned a thing or two. When you trying to hook me like a fish, I'm too wise for that. Right? Now, the people who have, ignored their intuition, we will say, tea time. If you ignore your intuition and you get hooked like a fish, and you know how it feels to be, struggling just to breathe and have some oxygen when it comes to your vision and your future, what would your life look like if peace became non-negotiable? Because I'm in a season in my life where peace is becoming non-negotiable. Like, I don't fight for space. If I enter a room and I got to fight for space and fight for oxygen to breathe, and there's the lack of respect, I don't need to be in this room. I don't need to be in this space. I don't need to be connected digitally or non-digitally in real life or in pseudo life. I don't want anything around me that interrupts my peace. And when you have that, this is how you know you are not afraid to set boundaries. You might hurt somebody's feelings. Hey, I don't want to hang with you. you rather be honest up front. Hey, your energy, my energy. I just wish you well in life, but no. Right? It has to be non-negotiable. It could be people you love, blood. Hey, it has to be non-negotiable. Respect, peace first. Now, ask yourself this. Who gets too much access to your nervous system? You know who that person is. Who is that person? You know. Y'all know who is getting too much access to your nervous system. And it's going to be one person, place, or thing that comes to mind. This is what's preventing you from rising. This situation prevents you from rising if you give your energy and time to it. You saying you want to rise higher. You saying you want to glow. But here you are, don't know how to set boundaries. This is a contradiction. It's harder to grow and have a glow up when your boundaries are ignored. It's just hard. You gotta let them know, hey, I'm getting my glow on and you're bringing too much shade and you blocking the sun. Could you go, where we telling to go, y'all? You take it over there somewhere. Over there. Yeah, I don't want to see where you hide it. Just over there. Right? So what drama are you finally ready to stop babysitting? Stop babysitting all this drama. Be real with yourself. Hey, man, I don't got time to babysit your drama. I got a mission. I'm on a mission to accomplish my vision so that I can rise higher. I'm on a mission to accomplish my vision so that I can rise where? Higher. I'm not trying to go lower, but you're trying to pull me down. We talk about crabs in the pot. It's like the crab in the pot mentality. If somebody trying to bait you into their drama, they don't want to see you happy because they like a crab in the pot, right? Crab in the pot or nah?
They hate what you remind them of.
They hate what you remind them of.
Watch close. Crabs in the pot. They try to stop you. Crabs in the pot. They don't want you high. Crabs in the pot. Don't let them break your soul. Crabs in the pot. Gotta stay in control.
They are.
Crabs in the pot. Can't you see? Crabs in the pot. They pulling on me. Crabs in the pot. But I break free. They break you down, try to tear you down, try to take your glow, try to take your crown. Smiles in your face, but they praying you fall. Same ones clapping, don't wanna see you ball. They comfortable, stuck, you evolving fast. You healing moves, they ain't ready to pass. You changing habits, you building wealth. They mad cause you choosing yourself. They not used to seeing you like this. Focus, discipline, locked in lit. You glowing different, you talking different. Now they uncomfortable with your vision. Crabs in the pot.
Hey.
They try to stop.
Crabs in the pot, right? Right. Crabs in the pot. So you can't rise higher when you got crabs in the pot energy around you. You prove it to the world, know your worth. You gotta put to your cup overflow. If they empty inside, they got nothing to show. If they can't build, they destroy instead. Project they fears live inside your head, but you too aware, you too awake. You breaking cycles, they scared to break. Crabs in a pot, right? So now that we know all of these things, we've enhanced our toolkit for setting boundaries. What version of you is trying to rise right now? Because every one of us should have a vision for our future. Because if you don't plan, then that means you plan to fail. So some people say, oh, I just like to live for today. I love living for today. I love living for the moment, but I also need to think about my future. You know, if you don't have a direction for your future, then you just end up somewhere. You're like, damn, how the hell did I get here? Where did the time go? I just wasted my time not thinking about my future, just sitting here being stuck in the box, you know, stuck in the mindset of colonization where I'm just a worker. I'm not thinking. I'm not being creative. I'm just sitting here. I'm just going with the flow. That's not the type of go with the flow I like. I like to say, hey, I'm focused on my energy. I'm focused on my peace. I'm focused on my boundaries. See, this is important things that we should be thinking about. I'm focused on my happiness. Notice I have not sent money yet. These things will help you become so wealthy in the spirit. And once you're healthy and wealthy in the spirit, you can have anything. You can have anything after that. So what do we need to release today to rise higher? What do you need to release today to rise higher? I know for me, what I need to release today to rise higher is, honestly, guys, is a fear of failure. And people would say, but Dr. Sean, you're a dentist. No, but I still have a fear of failure a little tiny bit, where it's like, dang, even though I guess it's still a little bit of poverty mindset maybe embedded in me, where I just feel like I gotta keep going and keep, accomplishing things, and because I have a fear of like failing, because I have failed a lot in life. That's why you don't know what people been through. People have been through hell and high water to accomplish their dreams and goals. So it's a high chance that you could fail. And if you out here and you're a dreamer and you care about your future, you in the 1% with me. You in the 1%, because some people don't really care. They're letting everything distract them. They just go with the flow. They're not thinking about skills and enhancing who you are every single day, just getting better, and not allowing people to interrupt that path, and not really caring how other people feel about your decisions for your life, and making sure that you are careful who has access to your nervous system, and not allowing careless people to handle your spirit. So in closing, guys, I want to say that, we are not wrong. You are not wrong. I am not wrong for choosing peace, quiet, like a quiet, calm energy for my future. I'm not wrong. You're not wrong for needing space and protecting the version of you that you are fully trying to become, and have space to breathe so that your future can have space to grow. Letting go of the past. Some people met you while you were in survival mode, right? You became addicted to overgiving to people, extending yourself too much, saying yes to everything. But this next version of you, of me, is going to have boundaries. The version of you in the future has a mission. This version of you has some type of calendar, some type of timeline where you expect to grow. This version of you has a nervous system that demands respect first from outside people. You have to knock on the door versus my door just being open. Now you got to knock on the door. I have a lock on the door. And if you're one of the people who are going to just tear the door down, then I know I have to set even bigger boundaries for you. This is the version where we don't explain ourselves into exhaustion to people who are bent on misunderstanding us. This version knows that I can still be kind and still be unavailable. I can still be loving and have limits. I can forgive and not reconnect to you. Right? I can rise higher and still leave people where they at. Don't be. I have that energy. Hey, I like to help. I like to all of that, but you take my kindness for weakness. I gotta leave you where you at. Like, no. Yeah. So know that you are a pressure, guys. If you watching in the chat, I am kind of unavailable. See, time. She said I am kind of unavailable. Right. I can still be kind and still be unavailable. Facts. I like that. I am kind of unavailable. Right. That's the perfect slogan for the day. I am kind of unavailable. We just get each other. We out of eye. We here with it. Right? So, listen, guys. We are pressure. I mean, we are diamonds. I need a t-shirt, right? We are diamonds. We rise higher. We're not just surviving the pressure anymore. Right now, we are shining from the pressure. Because in the beginning of the process, the diamond is covered in, soot. It's dirty. You can't really see the beauty in it until you clean it up. You go through the struggle. You go through your process, and then you go through a period of time where you're shining on the ring. Like somebody's like, "Oh, this is a 1 carat, 2 carat. I just love this ring." Like, now you're glowing from the pressure. So some of us are in the pressure cooker or the mine. And we dirty right now. Some of us are in the season where we're shining. So no matter where you are, just know that I'm kind of unavailable. If you come in with chaos. Yeah, I'm kind of unavailable. Anywho, so that is our, topic for today. I will be back probably late tonight. If you miss it, watch it on the replay. I want to read chapter 3 of our book. I'm going to do that. And I'm in the process of developing a Hood2Hooded merch line. More t-shirts, kind of like Hood2Hooded shirt here, but more like slogans that we use. More just products that we can connect with online. And the first thing that I'm almost done with is the Hood2Hooded motivational journal. This is for people who want to write their goals down and have like a process to think about their future, building a legacy, and just writing it down, because we never want to lose the art of just writing. That's one skill that helped me get to where I am right now. I would write everything down every semester. I was writing it down, like what I want to accomplish this semester, what GPA, what classes, what I'm going to take next semester. Like, I was so focused. So I feel like writing your dreams and goals down puts you in the 1%. Because remember, only 3% of adults have clear written goals. So if you aren't writing, then it's a high chance that your goals may not come true. So you're just wishing. You might as well just throw the dream in the trash. I love the journal. Yes, the journal is almost done. I will put all of that in the descriptions, but I think it's so cute. I'm putting a lot of energy into it just to make it hopefully motivational. All right. So this is the Hood2Hooded Podcast with your host, Dr. Chiefess Sunflower. Let's see how many hearts we tap today. And then I'm getting out of here, y'all. Okay. Hey. 21K. All right, y'all. I will see you in the next live. If this is your first time catching me live, make sure you are following. I try to go live almost every day, but I'm still struggling with consistency. I do so good, and then I fall off for a day when I'm having a crazy day at work. But eventually I will accomplish this. But make sure you following, turn your notifications on so that you will get an alert when I am live. Thank you to my Hood2Hooded tribe. You know who you are. Sending love to the ancestors. I see y'all too, my Niji. Enjoy your weekend. And I'm just celebrating this weekend. It's been 10 years of me being a dentist, graduating from a hearing. You know, so that's exciting. Shout out to the class of 2016. MMC, School of Dentistry. So, yeah, you know, I will see you guys later. Bye. Enjoy your weekend as well. Love loves me. Tea Time Beauty. All of the queens. See y'all later. Congrats. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a long journey. I can't believe it's been 10 years since I crossed the stage and got this degree. Oh, it's stuck right now, but let me show y'all my picture. Oh, I was so happy. I was so happy, like one of the happiest days of my life. So, yeah, get all dolled up. Please enjoy and celebrate yourself. Yes, get dolled up. You think I should get dolled up? Yeah, I should get dolled up this weekend. Take some pictures. Get back into that old Dr. Sean energy. That's a great idea. So I'll keep y'all posted. All right, ladies. Yes, you already know. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. You look good. You feel good. Facts. I'm headed to a new phase in life, honestly. This 10-year mark, you know, I owned a dental practice, became an entrepreneur, worked for different practices, and now I'm heading to a new phase in life. It's exciting. I'm excited for the next level. The podcast is growing, and this is a lifetime podcast. I plan to have this podcast for a very long time, so you will see me along this journey of wherever Dr. Sean goes, the Hood2Hooded Podcast goes. We got the Dreamergency Walk where we inspire kids to follow their dreams. So I want to bring that back. You know, my nonprofit. So we just growing together, and I just love it here. I love it here. You inspire me so much being your full self. Love to be a part of the journey with you. Oh, I love that Tea Time Beauty. Thank you so much. It's people like you that keep me coming back. When I come and I'm like, dang, I want to accomplish this live goal. But it's people like you that make me come back, so I know that I am in a safe space. Well, maybe not really a safe space on the internet, but I have, you know, friends, my internet cousins on here, right? My internet cousins, I'll call it. So y'all like family, and I appreciate you guys for just showing up for me. And that's why I show up for y'all, and we are in this together. All right. This is a safe space for community connections. Thank you. I love my Niji. Hey, hey. Facts. Sending love to the Niji. We've been growing. We've been going up this whole time. I just love it. I love it. So I'm about to go get me something to eat and enjoy my weekend and just celebrate 10 years. And yeah, I'll be back later, guys. Bye.